Hey Generations family. This past Sunday, April 16th, I began what will be a 6-week series on identity that I'm calling Fully You. And the reason I started this series is because so many of us are just struggling with issues of anxiety, and particularly in social settings. And I hear so many people say to me some version of, I just don't feel good about myself. I really don't feel good about myself right now. And so there's all this internal churning that's going on with Americans all over the place, particularly on the other side of the pandemic. And those issues to me just scream identity issues. One of the things that the American church has done poorly, in my opinion, and I include myself in this, is we've done a poor job with our discipleship about helping people understand their new identity in Jesus Christ and how freeing that is and how beautiful and wonderful and true and just amazing, because so much of life flows from identity. The thoughts in your head are rooted in identity. Those create recurring emotions. Those emotions create actions and behaviors, and it becomes this ongoing pattern in your life. In traditional cultures, no one asks kids what they want to be when they grow up. So if you're from a place like, South Korea or India or some places on the continent of Africa, they don't ask you what you want to be when you grow up, because a good identity in traditional cultures is what you get because you honor your parents and you do what your parents ask of you and you do what your family asks of you. And so you kind of submit and sublimate what you want or what you feel and all of those kind of things for the good of the family. So if mom and dad, for example, own a grocery store, guess what you're going to do when you're a grown-up? You're going to own and operate the family grocery store. In America, we do it completely different, and we feel that it's better. So we say to people, look, go deep down inside and sort through some of those things that you're feeling and pick some of the things that you feel really strongly about, and you express them, you assert them, you follow them, and you make it happen. And don't let anyone tell you how to live your life. Don't let anyone tell you who you are, particularly your parents. What do they know? And so that's how we go about identity formation in America. And it's not bad. It's just our cultural way of doing that. The net result, of course, is that so many of us struggle with comparison. So many of us have anxiety and all kinds of other predominantly negative emotions going on the inside. This past Sunday, I shared 5 reasons that I stole shamelessly from Tim Keller in a talk that he gave to my alma mater outside of Chicago, why this way of identity formation just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't deliver the kind of truth and beauty and goodness and wonder and satisfaction that you think it will or that it promises. But there's a better way. The earliest Christians understood identity formation. It was a key part of their discipleship. And this new identity that they had in Christ Jesus is something that literally turned the Roman Empire upside down. It blew apart the Roman hierarchy of rich rule over the poor. The rich, the beautiful, the strong take advantage of the poor, and the weak and the ugly. And it just turned the tables on everything because it's a better way of living. So in the days ahead, I want to encourage you to listen to the voice of the Good Shepherd, the man who said, "My yoke is easy, my burden is light." The Good Shepherd doesn't drive sheep, isn't going to use or abuse sheep. The Good Shepherd leads sheep to good pastures. The Good Shepherd lays down his life for his sheep. You should listen to the voice of the Good Shepherd, particularly when it comes to figuring out and understanding who you are. That's just a snippet of where we've gone, where we've been in the last week. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things, our families of origin, the recurring thought patterns that we have and emotional things that we have going on the inside. And I'm going to be laying out some very practical steps that you can take to walk out a new identity in Christ Jesus. And I'm going to tell you, it's liberating. It's really freeing. As it turns out, the man who said the truth will set you free, that man was right. That man was right.